I love it. Oh, this space is something very close and dear to me, because I remember last year being very frustrated out of this negotiation spaces and talking to Nolene that, like, you know, how we could create and bridge this intergenerational gap and then create this meaningful spaces for both the younger feminists and those who have been very experienced on the spaces. So she was very gracious enough to spontaneously organize one space where we were able to express, ventilate our fear, anger, frustrations and opportunities, and strategize meaningfully how we can do it in the future. So this year's I'm very very happy to see that, like, you know, we are organizing such space so many for the first timer CSW who wouldn't have had opportunities to join any training like AIP or something like that, but even coming in the spaces they feel that not lost, you know, they feel like at kind of their own spaces. Yeah,
I think it was a needed break for many people who were engaging for long hours at CSW to just come and hang out and feel comfortable to share their experiences, good or bad. So I really think it was a very needed convening to have. I think one of the things I was really grateful for and happy about was the ability to hold a space in a way that newcomers were safe, they felt safe and felt comfortable in sharing their experiences, and I don't see that very often. So I do take that with me as being one of the greatest outcome of the CSW, is to actually have the ability to convene spaces on the margins of the CSW that bring new people, new ideas together, and for that reason I think we need to continue to do it in future CSWs, but also thinking about regional spaces, for example, and other UN spaces that we might engage in.
Tonight I really enjoyed myself, and it's in these spaces that I come alive. The negotiations can be extremely infuriating, so that's been a little hard, and also, you know, our African countries are pushing back on or regressing on issues that they had taken up before we came to New York, and so that's also a little bit hard to watch. And just getting them to push for things that they know are right, but there's forces, neoliberal forces at play that make it a little hard for them to stand by their decisions.
The space, it's a really beautiful space that I really love. It's been a space where you come to debrief, to get energy from, to hear from other people what are their struggles, and with that you get back and you re-energized. In the previous years when there was no such a space, it was really difficult because it would be just you by yourself. Go back in your room, you complain to yourself, you curse, but now here you get to share with people who, and it's safe, it's a safe space where you get to share ideas and issues that you're going through, and it's really nice.
This is like my second year for CSW, and the first year it was really kind of challenging. So when the young feminists and other feminists that have been engaging in this space were talking about their challenges, how lost they felt like when they were getting into this kind of space, I really can refer to that, because that's how I also felt the first time I attended CSW. But to be honest, the very first space session that I attended, which was on the 13th of March, it just felt so relieved to be in a space where you can just talk to each other just like as women, and we listen to each other. One of the participants talked about, you know, the fact that you just have people who listen, and they don't judge you, they don't criticize you, but they listen. And they strategize with you, like how can you can be better. I think that's what the space was all about for me personally. It's like creating that atmosphere that we can just be real with each other as women.
The space, I'm in the space because I just find that I'm in the space because it's just an amazing opportunity to, you know, have South feminists organised together, discuss, deepen analysis, and really kind of re-energize and reinvigorate some of the discussions that we have in these silos and bubbles. So yes, that's why I'm here.
Well, that's why I come to this space, to look at the practices of how other activists across different cultures do this kind of self-care. So I think it has been a very nurturing space for me, because people in that spaces, they do not speak very competitively. Like, they really listen to each other. So because listening is so important, because a lot of times when we are doing advocacy and we talk to people, we just want to put our points on a table without listening to others. But I think listening is the essential step of breaking barriers. And so this kind of space, it has been a very nurturing space for me, and I would encourage CSW to have more spaces like this, to be able to accommodate more people, to really speak about how they feel, because this is an embodied experience. Our points cannot only be conveyed in black and white in the paper, in the policy level, but CSW should be a very embodied experience. So I think this kind of space is really, really important.